Hello, and welcome to my channel, where I mostly share my love of fragrance and enjoying my collection. In this video, I'll be reviewing the new Jergens Cherry Almond perfume. Thank you so much for stopping by, and let's get started. Jergens recently released a perfume version of their iconic Cherry Almond body care scent. It has been quite popular and sold out a couple of times already, but it looks like they are planning to restock again. They also had bundles with the lotion and body wash, but those are also currently sold out. As far as I know, the perfume is only sold on the Jergens website, and they say that it's limited edition, but since it seems to be popular, maybe they'll keep it around or bring it back periodically. I had never actually tried the cherry almond lotion before, but I love cherry and almond perfumes, so when I saw this was coming out, I definitely wanted to pick it up. The perfume retails for $31 US and only comes in a 1.7 ounce bottle, and it is an eau de parfum. I purchased the bundle with the giant 32 ounce moisturizer for around $43. The perfume comes in a plain glass bottle with a metal cap. They definitely didn't do anything fancy with the packaging, but this is a drugstore brand that doesn't normally make perfume, so I don't think they invested too much on the bottle design. The Jergens Original Scent Cherry Almond perfume has notes of bright cherry, sweet almond, rich amber, and warm musk. And upon first spray, I get a very strong cherry scent. It's a fresh, slightly sweet cherry with just a little sharpness, and it's not too tart or sour. The almond adds additional sweetness, as well as a light nuttiness, sort of like an almond cream verging on marzipan. The scent feels quite warm and a bit powdery from the amber, but it also has a lightness to it from the musk. And as it dries, the cherry gets sweeter and a bit more candy-like, sort of like a maraschino cherry that's very sweet and syrupy. The almond is still present as well, but I get the amber more prominently in the Drydown. Overall, I think this is very sweet and warm. It's a softly powdery, creamy, almondy cherry that does get a bit of a soapy or shampoo-like quality after 90 minutes or so, with less prominent cherry. I think it would be an easy go-to for someone like me who loves cherry scents. It doesn't smell particularly fancy or complex, but I think that it's a nice scent for the price. The perfume has decent projection. It was quite noticeable around me after a couple of sprays. But as far as longevity, I only got around 2 hours before it turned into a skin scent. So I would say that's the one negative about this scent, is that it isn't long-lasting. I would definitely recommend layering the perfume with the matching lotion to extend the wear. I tried the cherry almond lotion for the first time as well, and when first applied, it smells very similar to the strongest part of the perfume. It's a lot of sweet, syrupy cherry with no sourness, as well as a nice creamy almond. That lasted a few minutes, and then the cherry dialed down some to leave more of a sweet, warm scent with soft whiffs of cherry and almond. There's a slight hint of the soapy quality and powderiness, but not too much. I think that the lotion was nicely moisturizing, but it's not super thick. It was more like a thin gel-type lotion than a body butter. Now I have a few comparisons from my very large collection of cherry perfumes, and first up is Addict Oud Delice from Dior. And this shares notes of cherry, bitter almond, and white musk, as well as cranberry, citrus, jasmine, rose, and vanilla. This is sadly discontinued, but it's a nice, sweet, powdery cherry scent. These have a similar sweet cherry with powderiness and a light muskiness, but Addict Oud Delice is more floral and has noticeable sharpness from the cranberry and citrus, while cherry almond has more of a prominent almond and is overall warmer. Next, I have Prada Candy Gloss, and this also has notes of sour cherry, almond, and musk, as well as peach, rose, orange blossom, vanilla, and heliotrope. And these both have a nice mix of sweet cherry and almond, but Candy Gloss feels a bit more synthetic and has more tartness to it. It also has a strong vanilla in the Drydown, while cherry almond focuses more on the warm amber. Then I have I Want Choo Forever from Jimmy Choo. And this shares notes of cherry, bitter almond, and amber, as well as rose, jasmine, vanilla, and tonka bean. And this scent has a nice amount of almond, but it's more floral, and it has less prominent cherry. I Want Choo Forever is focused more on the vanilla and tonka bean versus the amber and cherry almond. Next, I have Cherry Smoothie from Zara. And this also has cherry and almond, as well as plum, heliotrope, vanilla, and tonka bean. And these share a strong cherry almond combination, but Cherry Smoothie has more prominent syrupy cherry, as well as a stronger marzipan type of almond scent. It's so delicious, and I have to say I prefer it to cherry almond because I love heliotrope, as well as the added sweetness from the vanilla and tonka bean. And then I have Not Another Cherry from Finery, a new fragrance brand sold at Target. And this shares notes of cherry and almond, as well as amaretto and Turkish rose. And instead of using Tom Ford's Lost Cherry as a comparison, I opted to use this affordable near dupe. And while this also has a strong sweet cherry and almond, as well as a beautiful powdery sweetness, the addition of amaretto gives Not Another Cherry a delicious boozy quality that cherry almond doesn't have. Next up is Live Irresistible Delicieuse from Givenchy. And this also has cherry and bitter almond, as well as orange blossom, caramel, orris, and a pastry note. And this has a nice soft cherry and sweet almond, as well as a light floral note. But Live Irresistible Delicieuse is less cherry heavy, sweeter, and overall more gourmand than cherry almond. And lastly, I have Seductive Red from Guess. And this shares cherry and almond notes, in addition to violet, vanilla, tonka bean, and sandalwood. This has a sweet cherry, but it's softer and less syrupy than in cherry almond. They both have a warm, musky quality, but Seductive Red has a noticeable vanilla as well as some woodiness. The Drydown of cherry almond does have a very similar feeling to Guess Seductive Red. So that's it for my review of the cherry almond perfume from Jergens. I do enjoy the sweet, syrupy cherry, creamy almond, and powdery warmth of this fragrance, and it will be nice to layer with the lotion for a stronger scent. However, I think that the longevity isn't great, so you have to be willing to top up throughout the day. Cherry scents are my favorite type of perfume, so I'm glad to have this in my collection, but I can't say that it will be a go-to for me because I have so many cherry scents that I love, some of which I featured in this video. Perfumes like Zara Cherry Smoothie or the boozy Finery Not Another Cherry are more of an easy reach for me and have much better longevity while still being very affordable. But if you love the Jergens Cherry Almond Lotion or just want to add another nice cherry fragrance to your collection, keep an eye out for the perfume to restock. Let me know what you think of Jergens Cherry Almond and if you're going to give it a try. Thank you for watching. I hope that you'll subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.